as I was looking through the website, it said that you guys are in the process of applying to be a B Corp. And so for those people who are listening, you know, when companies do that, it's a way of saying to investors that you're going to be guided by social benefit, not solely by, say, profit motive or increasing shareholder value, although I'm sure that has got to play a role in it somewhere. Um, as a shareholder of many companies, like you do want to see a benefit to what you're doing. But what does being a B Corp mean specifically to you guys? I mean, what role do social and environmental impact play in Pangea's mission? You know, take me down this road of why you guys made that decision.
Sure. Maybe I can get us started on that one because I think it was front and center when we started the company, and it's still very close to our hearts. So I think for us, what this basically means is reciprocity and sharing benefits with traditional knowledge holders. And what I mean by that is that as opposed to research teams that are starting from scratch and are making discoveries in a vacuum, say in a lab at Pfizer, in our case, we are so-called building on the shoulders of giants, as in on the collective knowledge that has been amassed over the past millennia, to what Sona described of this knowledge that is sparsely distributed around the world. And the idea is to involve those people that put this knowledge together in the economic process that develops drugs out of that knowledge. And so what we want to do, and what we have been able to do so far, is to set up partnerships that are a little bit like licensing intellectual property from a university and having some sort of royalty type deal with the university whereby they would get some sort of upside from the future sales of a therapeutic. Here is the same, but you have to identify specific groups that came up with the original knowledge that you're building on top of. So for example, for this first program at our affiliated company, Kana Health, KH001 has been come about as an optimized version of this naturally occurring, like succulent in modern day South Africa. And there is a group of human tribes, including the San and the Khoi, which have traditionally used the Kana plant for medicinal purposes. And so what we've been able to do is to set up a benefit sharing agreement with those groups, whereby they would get some part of the upside, a bit like, like they were our source of IP, if you will. And that allows us to have reciprocity with these other groups and to share the value of the innovation that, of course, we then take forward into the drug development process, but originate in insights that had come across through initial discoveries. And that's why being a B Corp, for us, was a bit of like a rendition of, that is something which is, core to our DNA and the way in which we want to do drug discovery.